Hey, what's up, everybody? So, the Iron Man match has always been, one of my favorite matches in the history of pro wrestling. And this was extremely funny how this happened. I swear to God, like me and my brother, we were actually, reflecting on some of the, official 60-minute Iron Man matches in WWE history. And then when you think about it, like there really hasn't been that many. I believe before this match, there has only been 5. When we're talking about, official 60-minute Iron Man matches. And then, as soon as we were having that discussion, like the next day, they announced this match, So if you didn't see it, Karrion Kross, the new NXT champion, he defeated Keith Lee at NXT TakeOver 30. I believe he separated his shoulder in that match, and then he was forced to vacate the NXT championship. So, yeah, really weird had this happened. No, that Karrion Kross, that's more of a sports entertainment-like gimmick, sports entertainment-like champion. I think in a lot of ways NXT needs to be, more of an alternative to, some of the stuff we've been seeing on SmackDown with Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. So yeah, this was really refreshing that they just announced, a 4-way Iron Man match for the vacated NXT championship on this Super Tuesday. This is actually night 1, and then on night 2, we're going to get a continuation into the Super Tuesday. But yeah, man, this was actually very reminiscent of Ring of Honor's crowning of a champion for the first Ring of Honor championship match, or when they finally crowned the Ring of Honor champion, when Low Ki won it. It was actually at a show called Crowning a Champion, and it was, this almost the same situation, 4 guys, 60 minutes, whoever got the most pinfalls in an hour won that belt. But the rules are a little bit different there. I believe you got 2 points if you got a pinfall. If you got pinned, you would get -1. So that's the only difference with this match. There wasn't any situation where it was like -1. So it's a little bit less confusing. But I still think, I think one of these guys must have pitched the idea, whoever was the biggest ROH fan in this match. Cole was ROH champion. I believe the only one to become ROH champion. But, I guess Gargano and Balor never competed in ROH. But I'm sure all these guys are familiar with the history of the company. I'm pretty sure all these guys, know about that match in some form or fashion. So yeah, it's hard not to compare it to that. I still prefer the match where Low Ki became first ROH world champion. It just had so much emotion to it. I felt like they fed off of that crowd a little bit better. That just had like that, it was like a sweatbox. You had Low Ki crying after the match is over. So still that match I prefer over this one. But yeah, I mean, the match was good. I found out that I think 411 Mania reported that it got the best rating of the year. So that's a good sign. I think I think it's proof that I think a lot of people would turn in for a match like this. When you announce an Iron Man match, you're going to get quality wrestling, especially with this kind of talent. So yeah, with this match right here, I mean, it's really kind of tough to talk about it as far as reviewing the actual match. I will say that it felt like there was like a lot of one-on-one throughout the whole thing. You didn't see a lot of all 4 guys in the ring at the same time, which was good. It felt like they really made it an effort to make all the guys look strong. All of them got 1 fall apiece eventually, so it was 1-1-1-1. Before they really went into the finish. I would say that in terms of the match, like, it seemed like Cole was really booked, to be like the baby face of the match. Johnny was probably the biggest heel. If you look at the way he got his pinfall, it was kind of a cheap victory. Tommaso, they made Tommaso look really strong. They kept on saying that he never lost the NXT World Title. Looks like he might win it back. Balor definitely looked good. Balor definitely more of a resurrection to his career, just the way this was booked. I thought he looked really strong. I thought he looked really athletic. Yeah, I mean, nothing really mind-blowing, though. I really feel like it's tough to book a match like this for as long as it went. But yeah, man, the finish was pretty awesome here. Tommaso and Gargano just have great chemistry. So they were going back and forth. I believe Tommaso actually hit the shell shock on Johnny Gargano. And then Finn Balor actually does the Loki tribute to Loki. I don't know if he was going for that, but Balor actually hits the Loki double stomp, and then Cole hits an awesome, shining wizard out of nowhere. The camera angle was great because you didn't see Cole in that shot at all. So Cole hits him with the shining wizard. So Balor actually got the pinfall, to go up to be the first one to actually get 2 pinfalls. And then after he got the pinfall, I believe Cole hit him with the Shining Wizard, like right out of nowhere to tie it up, like just as the clock expired. I mean, they were cutting that close. I mean, it looked like he wasn't going to get it, but then he got it. Yeah, I mean, I kind of got spoiled. I saw Regal actually declaring this a no finish on the WWE website, so I kind of knew what to expect. But the match was still pretty good for me. I would say that maybe 4 stars, 4.25. I would say 4.25 is definitely a fair rating for this. But I just had to come on here and talk about it, man. It's an Iron Man match. The fact that it was able to get the best rating of the year while all the major sports are going on right now, I think that's a huge accomplishment. And yeah, man, it was kind of just, sometimes that creates, when you have an injury like that, sometimes it just creates, the best wrestling. So yeah, Cole and Finn Balor are actually going to have a, kind of a sudden death, one fall to a finish on the next Super Tuesday. So yeah, man, that should be pretty awesome. But I didn't want to wait until then. Just wanted to talk about this now because, it is an Iron Man match. The atmosphere is okay. The crowd was all right. I just feel, I'm not going to say the crowd was lacking, but the atmosphere was definitely lacking compared to that crowning of a champion match. It would have been really cool to see how this would have played out in front of an official NXT takeover crowd. But, all these guys look great, super athletic, super long. None of these guys got tired. All these guys are in amazing shape. I can't say the match is a classic. I can't say that it's, good. I don't really think it was anywhere near as good as the crowning of a champion match, but it's still worth checking out. Okay, and I just want to do a quick preview of AEW All Out coming up this weekend on pay-per-view. And yeah, man, it looks like we finally might get another quality pay-per-view here. The last official AEW pay-per-view, Double or Nothing, that was kind of in the heart of the pandemic. You had the Stadium Stampede match, which was a lot of fun, but I just felt like that show kind of dragged looking back on it. But, the Stadium Stampede match, like I said in the review, I think it's a really fun match if you're in the mood for it. But, I think a lot of people were split on the Double or Nothing Stadium show. It was okay looking back on it, but I think this will be a much better effort. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. You have Jon Moxley taking on Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. It's been very well promoted, this match. I mean, MJF has done some, amazing microphone work. Moxley's been really funny. So Moxley is actually banned from using the Paradigm Shift as a finishing move. I believe Moxley got that from a Korn album. I believe that's a Korn song or a Korn album, the rock band or metal band. But yeah, I mean, the story of this match is MJF. I mean, I guess because he's Jewish, you've seen a lot of comparisons to Paul Heyman, and I've compared him to Colt Cabana. He's very well educated. Obviously, he's got tremendous mic skills. He might have the best mic skills in the business today, if you're not taking into account guys like Triple H and some of the part timers. But yeah, I mean, he's just been really he kind of doing the lawyer thing where he's backed up with all these attorneys, and everything like that. So he's come off like a major prick. He's definitely a great heel, man. This has definitely been a great feud. I mean, Moxley, it looked like he was going to face Brian Cage heading into the pay-per-view, and they quickly made they really made a lot out of this feud, given that they didn't have that much time to build up for it. So yeah, Moxley and MJF, I think it's an unpredictable match. I wouldn't totally count them out from putting the title on MJF. I just don't like it when a guy wins the belt, based on his mic work alone. I just haven't seen enough from MJF, match quality wise, in the ring to really say he's ready to be world champion now. They keep talking about this 25 years thing. And that was a great promo by Moxley, too, talking about, I definitely don't have 25 years left of me, but you're going to be a future of the, Moxley even was very respectful and said MJF is hell of a talent. He's going to be the future of AEW for the next 25 years, but he's not ready to win the belt now. So, but yeah, man, I definitely see Moxley retaining. I could be completely wrong. It totally depends on how overprotective they are on MJF. I mean, I believe he's technically undefeated. You could always go back to TNA with Samoa Joe and say that was a mistake for Joe to ever lose. So I don't know, man. I think it's a very unpredictable match. The buildup has been pretty phenomenal, though. It's been funny. It's been engaging. It's been quality stuff, man. I don't know what exactly to expect from a wrestling standpoint, especially with the paradigm shift being banned. But it should be a hell of a video package, hell of a story. So we'll see what happens there. All right, Jericho versus Orange Cassidy, the Mirmosa Mayhem match. This should be a lot of fun, man. I mean, this is the rubber match. Jericho, I wouldn't expect a serious Jericho performance here, but it's a nice mix of styles. Orange Cassidy's got a lot of charisma. The Mirmosa Mayhem match, basically, this is a combination of the bubbly and orange juice in a tank of mimosa. And you can win by pinfall submission, or you could throw the guy into a tank of mimosa. I don't think this is going to have the impact that the Money in the Bank match had, as Jericho predicted. But, it should be a lot of fun. It is the rubber match. It's 1-1. I think it'd be a mistake to have Jericho lose. Orange Cassidy already got a big victory over Jericho, so you still got to protect the top investment in AEW. Also, you got to get Kenny Omega and Adam Page taking on the FTR with Tully Blanchard for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. This should be good. This should be a nice combination of old school and new school styles meshed into one here. Kenny's been acting kind of weird. You saw a lot of tension too with Tully Blanchard and the FTR with Omega on the last All Out show. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could do a split between Omega and Paige. It just seems like they haven't been on the same page, Omega and Paige, over the last couple weeks. But we'll see what happens there. Hikaru Shida taking on Thunder Rosa. Apparently they're, Thunder Rosa bringing her in from another promotion. That's a good sign. It's going to be good if they're just bringing in a girl for a one-time type of thing there. You got to get a casino battle royale where the winner gets an AEW World Championship match. That should be a lot of fun. That should be unpredictable. Looks like a lot of star power there, from Darby Allin to Lance Archer, Santana Ortiz, Chucky T, Butcher and the Blade, Eddie Kingston. That'd be cool if Eddie Kingston wins. Like I said, man, I think Kingston can offer a lot to AEW. He's very emotional. He's very angry. I just think here's the thing with Kingston. I just think it's kind of that Michael Jordan thing where we talked about how angry he was at his teammates in practice, but overall it's triggered in a positive way. It's not triggered in a trashy, type of way. And I think that's all that Kingston needs. And the sky's the limit for him because obviously he got himself into great shape. He's a hell of a worker. He's a hell of a promo guy. I just think he just needs to be more consistent. But we'll see what happens there. All right. Also, you're going to get the Dark Order taking on Matt Cardona, Scorpio Sky, and the Natural Nightmares. Jurassic Express. Reggie Miller actually gave a shout out to the Jurassic Express last night, saying that was his son's favorite wrestlers, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. I'm not sure if AEW paid them to say that, but it actually came off pretty cool. So Jurassic Express taking on the Young Bucks in what should be a hell of a tag team match, because Jungle Boy with the Bucks, that could make a special combination right there. Matt Hardy taking on Sammy Guevara in a Broken Rules match. If Matt Hardy loses, he must leave AEW.